Today I'm going to talk to you about how to use Showbie, which is an app that allows you to annotate and mark work digitally, also to able to save the pupil's work with the annotations in a folder up in the cloud, and it's a way of helping you to create a paperless classroom and also to effectively manage the marking that you have in if you're teaching a digital class. First thing to look at is the app itself. It's a blue app with it looks like an inbox paper tray. So I'm just going to click on it. What you'll see is once you've signed up to Showbie, you won't have any of these lessons here down this side, and it just says Mr. Wright, which is me, obviously, in the classes. In order to join a child to a class, they need to sign into Showbie themselves. And when you go into the English group, say I'm going to just show you English now. Once I've clicked on it, what I do is I set up a Showbie for every lesson, and then I expect them at the end of that lesson to put their work into the Showbie folder, and I can mark it digitally and it just automatically gets sent back to them. There's no email, it's all done, it's cloud based, and as soon as I've marked it they get a message saying that their work has been marked. So we're going to go back a little bit and show you how to add a class. So down in the bottom left hand corner there's a refresh button, and there's also a little plus icon. When you push the plus icon, you'll get a new class, and so I'm going to call this test class, and then I get a code. So that code that you see there is the code that you give to your students, and they are able then to automatically be part of your class and they will appear in the class list. So I'm going to cancel that because I've already got enough of those. When I click on a class, I'm going to just choose, let's say, SOS. So 7AW SOS. Your class then, once you've signed all the pupils up, will look like this. So what you do here, this is the lessons. So these are lessons that I've done with my class, and I've asked them to put their work in. I'm going to start a new, I'm going to call this one test. So again, this is for the actual lesson itself. I push the plus button. It says assignment title, but you can either do it just for assignments or you can set it for individual lessons. I'm going to call this again test lesson. And I'm going to set the due date. So the due date is here, and I'm actually going to make the due date. It always automatically sets it a week in front. So I'm going to say today, and I want this in by 3 o'clock. Press the new assignment button and save it. So what will appear now is that now, as you can see where it says assigned at the top, I've got test lesson due today at 3 p.m. What is really good about Showbie is that then I can then push that button, and what you should see is, because you've already signed up your class, every pupil in the class is here. Some of them have put little avatars by their names and some haven't. But there's also, really interesting, is a shared folder at the top. Anything I drop into that shared folder automatically gets dropped into every pupil's folder. So if you have a PDF or a document that you're sharing with pupils, that will automatically go, and then I'll show you what I mean here. So if I go to shared folder, I can push the plus button on the top right hand side, and I can choose a photo, a PDF, a text note, or from the library. So I'm just going to choose an image from the library. Showbie is going to ask if I want to access my photos. I say yes. I'm just going to choose this piece of text which I've put in earlier. I'm going to choose this image, which is an image from the book Coraline. And what it does is it uploads it. And what you'll see is it will drop it on the left-hand side into every single child's folder. So it's now in the shared folder. Shared folder, like I said before, means that everybody gets it. So if I click on Ashley's name, you'll see that she can tap on that and she will get that image. And it loads up. So every child automatically gets the file. There's no, you have to drop and share or email, it's all in there. I can also then go back into my shared folder, and maybe I want to put what I want them to do. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to use a text note. I'm going to say, please comment on how this picture makes you feel. And I'm going to say 150 words. Oops, sorry. 150 words. Save. So now every child will get my message and the picture. Now they can themselves log into their Showbie and type that. They could use any app on the iPad to be able to then open in Showbie as a PDF, and it will drop into their folder. I can then see that, and I'm going to show you how that works, because that's how you would set up your lessons. If I go back out and I go into one that's already been done, and this was what is GIS, which was a social lesson. And I just choose, you can see there who's dropped their work in and who hasn't. So I'm going to go to Harriet, and what you'll be able to see is Harriet's created a scrap note, which is another app. And so when I click on that piece of work, it'll open up, and as it opens up, then I'm able to annotate over the top of it. I can add notes, I can zoom in, I can delete things, I can leave messages. So we're just going to wait. It's quite a big file, I think, so we're going to just have a look when it opens up. And there it is. So she's created a scrap note, and I can see along the bottom that if I zoom left and right, I can have a look. And so this is Harriet's work, and she's done a fantastic job of actually letting me know what GIS is. So if you have a look along the top, there's a cursor that looks like a pinch, the four arrows. With that, using 2 fingers, I can zoom in and out on work, and I can zoom back in again. The other icon is a pen. This is the icon that allows you to annotate all over the maps. You can put arrows, smiley faces, whatever you want to say, highlight words, cross things out. Now, you don't get very accurate when you're doing it zoomed out, so if you go back to the zoom button and zoom in again, re-click the pen, you can really get close to annotating however you want to do it. The third and final icon is the rubber, and I'm just going to rub out what I've done. Make sure that I don't want to have all these markings on her work. So you think, what have I been doing? So I'm going to get that out. And I'm just going to put, just to show you very simply how it works, I'm going to put, then what I'm going to do is push the done button, and once I've pushed done, marked with a little icon here showing you that it's marked.